But listen, man. So some other new music dropped over the weekend, and I am not playing nothing from it, but we can at least discuss it. Andre 3000 finally gave us his solo album, my nigga.
What's there to
Nah,
play
you
from
play
it?
the
You talking
first
about? You
song,
talking about? I'm
12
not gonna play
minutes.
nothing from it. What's there to
Play
play
that
from it,
shit right now, son.
Yo.
bro? What?
Bro, the best part is the people being like, the frequency which he's using, 420 megahertz, is gonna align your chakras and make you feel, cleanse you and make you feel peaceful. And like, I'm like, bro, I could put out some J Dilla instrumentals and feel peaceful. I don't need a flute album. I'm not mad at the album. This is not even against 3K, but the whole
Nah,
thing
I'm
where
mad
people
at
are
the
just trying to
album.
excuse, like, you don't know music, you don't listen to instruments. And then some people are like, it's like a beat CD. It's an instrumental album. No, a beat CD is beats that a producer has that he gives to rappers so they can see if they want a beat, and then they master and then mix and everything else. An instrumental album from producers who make instrumental albums, from RJD2 and all this type of shit. Those are instrumental albums that have progressions and they have like almost maybe a concept to the fucking instrumental album. And then you have albums like this, which has no vocals, and obviously there's instruments in it. Those are three completely different things. So some people out here are like, it's a beat CD. It's this. No, it's just an instrument. It's an album with instruments. That's it. It's fine. It's great. But
It's the
that's
Black
it.
Kenny G, my nigga. That's what it is.
Sure, I don't like what he said though. He was like, I'm at this age. I don't know what I'm supposed to rap
Oh,
about. You haven't rapped in like 10 years. You have an album's worth of like 8 to 10 tracks where you can rap about stuff if you wanted to. The thing is, you don't want to rap, which I'm fine with. I said a couple episodes ago, right? We were talking about that shit with Killer
mhm.
Mike. Yeah, that one coming out, and I said, if he doesn't want to make a rap album, I don't want to hear you make a rap album. I don't want anything from anybody if you don't want to do it. That's 100% fine. But don't say you can't rap about something. That means you just don't want to rap. So give me the excuse over it. But I'm happy
Yeah,
for him making the album and all this shit. I'm fine with it. I'm not mad at him.
yeah. There's plenty of stuff going on in the world today, man, to rap about. You can't say you ain't got nothing to rap about.
I mean, if
Especially
that was
when
the
you haven't
case,
done anything in 10 years.
and if that was the case, then how are you getting on these features, my nigga? If you have nothing to rap about,
Which is
Yeah,
fine. Which is fine. That's not the problem. But just don't say that you have nothing to rap about.
right.
like, what am I gonna rap about at 48? Again, in a colonoscopy? Like, yo, shut the hell up, Andre. Like, I fuck
Bro,
with you, my nigga. You a legend and everything, but you wildin'.
Yeah,
Like,
yo, this is
relax.
why I said. This is
Off,
why I was
man.
preaching. It's okay to put the pen
all the
down, bro.
rappers, all the rappers, bro, all the rappers we grew up with in the 90s and 2000s, they're 40 plus rapping right now. From Atmosphere with Slug to Nas, Brother Ali to
Coogee
fucking
Rap just dropped something last year. Like,
Coogee rap. I mean, you got rappers rapping of all ages right now. So don't say, if you don't want to rap, it's fine. But don't say you have nothing to rap about. Now maybe you don't want to rap about it because that doesn't get you going, which is fine. But that's a discourse that I just had like with the whole thing. And and he doesn't owe us a rap album. He did enough work to like he's good,
yes, the
which
fuck
I
he
was
do.
saying, episodes ago.
Nah, the
It's
I feel
fuck
like
out
fine.
of
he does.
here.
Yeah.
He owes us
He,
a rap album.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
No,
he
he doesn't.
does.
No, because
He
that,
owes us
that
at
that's
least an
the thing
EP.
with us.
Seven. Give me if you're gonna do eight,
No, no, no,
seven,
no,
nine,
no.
10 songs
But
for a fucking flute album, my nigga. Give me seven
no,
tracks,
no, no,
bro.
no. But Chris, this is the point. If he can only function as a duo to make a rap album, that's fine. But then when you put him on, you can't put him as the GOAT because you can't even have a solo album and hold that shit down.
Big boy
So
would
that's against
never.
his criteria when people call him the GOAT. If you want to argue with that shit.
Big boy
That's the
would
Yeah,
that's
I
the one
never.
can't.
criticism I have about him. If you want to say anything, that's it. And listen, don't get me wrong. Him making an album would be fucking crazy because there's a lot of people gonna fucking be hard on the album. So he's going against that too. But it's also something people could say against you from being the GOAT. And 90,000 doesn't care about being the GOAT probably, so it's fine. But
Yeah,
to
because
all the
even during
super
that
3K
interview,
stands, to all the 3K stands, you can't argue this point. He has no solo album where he raps. Just
Yeah,
and
like
you
maybe
know,
Drake, maybe he has like one.
and you know what the funny thing about that too is that when the interview that I had seen of him, I don't even know who the guy was that was interviewing him and shit like that.
GQ? I think it's GQ, right?
Whatever. But point being made is that he came out and he was like that. The interviewer, he had said to him, he's like, a lot of people have you in their top five, and then saying he kind of switched it up real quick because he couldn't really go forward, saying what he was gonna say about you being one of the top five MCs, but never giving anybody a rap album, saying, and then that's when he proceeded to say, well, what am I gonna talk about at 48? And all that extra bullshit, So to me, that's why I'm like, exact Big Boy would never. But I'm gonna keep saying that's the name of today's
that's
episode.
another point.
Big
Now
Boy
you have
would
that
never, and
point
we
too,
gonna
for
have
sure.
Andre
Yeah.
on the cover with a flute, my nigga.
Big boy would never.
That's today's
Bro,
episode name, my
But
nigga.
bro, also is that thing where like people are just jumping to the album and saying, "Oh, yeah, oh now I'm gonna listen to an album that I would never normally listen to." But it's like it's just for the name you're doing it. You're not doing it because somebody
Exactly,
said you
not
should listen
because of
to
the
this.
music.
Just to those people, not everybody in general. Because if this makes you get into like different types of music or albums like this, that's 100% fine. But don't placate to what it is. You're getting into it only because of the name, not because you're interested in the way it is, which is
Right.
another fucking conversation also, you know. But at the
Yeah,
end of the
they.
day, I'm happy for him. Go ahead, Sean.
My bad. I was gonna say they ain't playing
No,
Kenny
all good.
G like. Even though I bought that album, I bought Kenny G's last album.
I mean, come on,
G's,
Kenny G, bro. Kenny G's
Yeah.
a go.
yeah, he's definitely up in
Yeah,
that
he's
go
been here.
conversation. And not for nothing. Like that's the thing. That's the reason why like a part of me wanted to listen to this Andre album, right? Because I grew up on music like what Kenny G with jazz, and you know what I'm saying. And then I also grew up on the country music, you know, because my mom, she's from Alabama, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So relocating to New York City, she brought that country with her. You feel me? So even when I was born in the 80s, like my mom, she wasn't listening to that the 80s R&B or the early 90s R&B. She was listening to nothing but that classic soul, you know, music. And then of course, jazz, and then she had her country music that she loved, you know what I mean, which made me in the end listen to people like Garth Brooks and you know Shania Twain and all of other people, you know what I'm saying. This is just a bunch of like I grew up listening to that shit, so I had an ear for that. A part of me wanted to listen to this album, but I'm like, man, fuck that shit, dog. Like you ain't nigga, fuck this album, my nigga. Like I'm not nigga, and then
I'm not listening to
you
it.
wild disrespectful to Andre. First title track, my nigga. I swear I wanted to make a rap album. Yo, my nigga, you is straight spitting in our faces, my nigga. Like, are you serious? Man, fuck this album, yo.
Yeah, the thing with me is like, am I interested to hear it eventually? For sure. Is it gonna be in my
I'm
top
not
50 list to
even.
listen to the next fucking like 3 months? No. I have 150 the vinyl albums to listen to still. I've heard 50 of them. I have 200 of them. I have that to go through. I got rap albums to go through. And there's other shit that I listen to give me that vibe, where there's lo-fi hip-hop beats, this, that, and third. So at the totem pole, like 3K's fucking Flute album is at the bottom of the barrel. Just because I like if I need that like Zen chill thing, I have music for that already. I don't need Andre 3000 giving me a Flute album to give me that vibe. Now, whenever I get to it this year, next year, whenever, and it's good, I'll give it its props. But it's not something I'm gonna run to just because it's 3K playing the flute. There's so many dope hip hop producers that have put shit out that I haven't heard yet. To me, it's just like, why am I jumping to a 3K flute album? I'm not doing that myself personally. People
I
choose to
did.
listen to it. I'm not mad at it either. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying. Just like I got too much to listen to before I get to that. You know, I try to
Yeah,
make a rap about my ass.
Bro, that's
I
mad disrespectful.
I wanted to
I
make a
listened
rap
to,
album. Yeah, no, get the fuck out of here, yo. Like I
yeah.
said, yo, that's why I said it's okay to put the pen down, yo. Like,
Yo, but he
if
did.
you
He
ain't
didn't do
feel like
anything.
you
You
ain't
know.
got nothing to rap about, bro, all right, yo. You feel like
Yo,
you can't connect with your fan
and you
base
know
no
what?
more. Like,
That's the
just
worst
gotta
part
give
from
up.
that quote is because when you listen to rap and you've heard all types of songs, a rapper can make the most like nothing thing ever and make a rap about it, from like a Bismarcky talking about being in the classroom or whatever. So it's like
My
you
niggas
can
talking
rap
about
about
picking boogers.
yeah, you can make a rap about anything, and you're telling me one of the greatest rappers of all time just can't make an album at this age? No, it just means you don't want to rap for
You don't want
whatever
to.
reason. That's the thing. That's the only thing I'm mad at. Don't say you can't make a rap album at this age. That's just we have too much people making rap right now over the 40s for you to be saying some bullshit like that's just even slapping in the face. I'm not even mad
Because
at Chris's opinion right here, bro.
that makes me question his alienness. That they say, oh, he's an alien, he's out of this world. If you so much of an alien, my nigga, you're not that creative enough to come up with
But that's also to me like we're talking to like all the 3K stands on that party, because Andre doesn't come out saying all
I
this
don't
shit
even
that
think
people
anybody
put
who's
on him,
because I'm not even a 3K stan, but and I don't have him in my top 5 rappers of all time, you know, say or greatest MC conversation. But am I going to be disrespectful and say he's like in the fucking 30s, 40s, or whatever the case may be? Hell nah. 3K can rap his ass off. I acknowledge that. Same way how y'all know he whose name who should not be mentioned on this podcast. Y'all know I don't fuck with him like that, but the nigga could rap. Like he could rap his ass off very well. So it is what it is, you know. But
he should have put the pen down.
yeah, it's okay to put the pen down, like
Yeah,
Jay said, you know.
I'm happy he did, yo. If he felt he needed to, hey,
but you
hey,
know,
but
I don't.
at this point, you didn't have to drop no Flute album. You could have just not dropped nothing.
No, see,
No, you
I'm
know
not
what it is
mad at
though?
the Flute album because you know at the end of the what
Like,
at the end of the
nah.
day, at the end of the day, you if you want to express yourself however you want musically, that's great, my nigga. Like if 3K wanted to even come back with a fucking another R&B album like the Love and the Below, you know what I'm saying? That I would have been cool with that, my nigga. But not
Nah.
fucking all this time, my nigga, for you to give us no bars, no nothing, just Flute, my nigga. Like, are
You
you
know what it
kidding?
is though? Is that he came out with this album and he could have been like in the shadow, put a different name to it, and then like a week or a
Exactly.
month from now, been like, yo, so I put this album out, but it was actually me, but on a different name. That would have been dope,
Yeah,
you know.
like a
But he's coming
reinvention
out
of
like I'm
himself.
Andre 3000 making a Flute album,
Nah,
which
but
is
see,
like,
didn't he say he did that? He did in the interview. He said he did that. He
yeah.
said a couple rappers have worked on a few of his like flute, his instrument samples, and kept it under wraps for him.
But see, the thing about that too, though, is like he
It's a no, but there's a
to
press
me,
release
if
here because he did interviews and shit. That's different.
but if he would have done this shit, you know what I'm saying, something like what Mos Def did, the reinvention of his character, you know what I'm saying? So this is something different. He started going by Yasin Bey, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. All right, Andre 3000, we know Andre 3000, the rapper. If you wanted to give us this, it should have been underneath a different name, you know? So it's like a whole creation of a new character. So that way we wouldn't go into it thinking, oh, we're getting an Andre 3000 project. And we didn't go into that thinking that because he had already came out and told us, nigga, ain't no bars. A gullible
See,
nigga
now
like
if he
me
never
probably
said
felt
that and just dropped that shit,
But
then it'd have been a totally different story.
so
Like,
the whole argument is that everybody has been waiting for a 3K solo album and we never got it. And then he comes out and personally saying, I'm making a Flute album. So that's the whole discourse. It's like, that's it.
yeah, because nigga, I swear I wanted to make a rap album. Are
It's
you
fine.
kidding me?
Don't get me wrong. It's fine. I'm not mad at the argument.
he didn't want to. He put the pen down.
What you said, Sean?
Did y'all know he dropped a like a 4-track? I think it was 4 tracks instrumental album. I guess it's been about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Just on SoundCloud.
Nah, see, I didn't know that.
And I know he
I
had
didn't hear
dropped
that.
like a 2-song EP like a few years ago because I remember it was like during his mother's death anniversary or something like that. Like I remember Andre because I remember listening to it and Joe had spoke about it on his podcast. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
yeah, like
I
he
don't
did,
remember that.
but it was like 2 songs, my nigga. Like, nah, we don't want that. Like, we want give me 7, my nigga. That's it. Give me a fucking Kanye West 7-track album. Not like Kanye West, but give me like the Kanye West theme we had with the Daytona and all that extra good shit that he dropped with the 7. Do something like that, my nigga. And then you can tell the fans, hey yo, suck my dick. I gave y'all 7 tracks.
Hey, yo, suck my dick is crazy.
Well, nah, Andre wouldn't say that, but you know, he
He would
definitely would.
say it in a very artsy way,
Like, get off of my yams.
Nice. Yeah.
Get in my
Nah,
dill pickle.
yeah, wait, hold on. He wouldn't call it. Anyways, yeah, that sounded crazy. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, man. So, but once again, fuck that album, man. That's how I feel about it. That's where I stand.
Shout out to all the producers and beat makers who are gonna sample it. I wouldn't even go into the album to sample it because I just feel like fuck you personally. That's what I'm not doing that.
Nah, you know you want to listen to that shit though. Like,
I don't want that shit. I got too many violence for that shit, bro.
I listened to it before the Drake album. I mean, that's just me though.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
That's crazy.
Like
Whenever we all can hate someone that we all don't like, I'm fucking with that.
I don't run to the Drake albums like everybody else does, man.
Yeah, none of us here really. So
I mean.